let me start off by saying I want it to make a character that I could play with my friends and support them. So I went with the Tactician. Um, However, I wanted to take the gear and use it on a different character, a gemling specifically. So that's kind of why this is a little bit built this way, but it really works. And they said they're going to change maybe the way ascendancies and you can redo them with money, so I wouldn't have to make another character. So I'll just flip flop between if that becomes a possibility. But here's the build, and I hope you guys like it. Okay, everybody. My name's Savage, and I'm gonna go over my Tactician build. Now, primarily with this build, I run Blue Flame Bracers. For most of it, I ran Cloak of Flame. It's a great combination, works really good. However, once I hit like level 84, I decided to switch it up so I could get some spirit. And yeah, I can still cap all of my resistances. As you can see here, my fire is 81%, 79, 79. So we're good. Chaos could be a little bit higher, but it works. I also keep these Valco's Vice gloves in here. If you find yourself fighting a boss and you're like 100% cold, then and it's resistant to cold and you're not doing anything, or it's got regen and resistant to cold and it's like an infinite fight, you're there for too long, just open your inventory, switch the gloves over, bam, you got lightning. Between that, you can pop the lightnings off and then just go straight fire, so you can always pinpoint what's going to do the most damage if you have to. Like, most of the time I don't have to, but there are occasions where you got to pull that out. For the weapons, you basically with this, you're going to want to get projectile skills. You can get it in two places, like with this gear setup. Firstly, you get it on the crossbow. I can obviously get it higher. I think it goes to 7, but this works fine. And then the second thing you want on your weapon is elemental damage with attacks. That way it transfers over to the totems properly. And then you get it again on the amulet. You can get up to 3. So I'm lacking a bit on that, but it's I still do enough damage. I kill everything. I like spirit because I run a lot of buffs. I'll show you in a bit as we get into this a little bit more. And I just kind of keep socket. So one thing I'm going to say right off the hop, when you're socketing for your resistances, which is what I did, don't put it in the boots. The reason why is you can put the right socket that gives you plus 20% to your presence, and you're a presence build, so it's gonna help you way more, especially since I got an empty slot in the chest that I could have just live and learn. They're nice fast boots, 30% movement speed. Like I said, we prioritize life and mana, and then strength would be your next. Make sure those are your 3 you're going for, and then get your resistances. As you hit like 70, you want to start getting those up there, and then as you get to 80, you should be like capped. And then now I'd be looking into getting chaos to do the boss, like the final bossing. But I'm killing everything, even with what I got. I don't die too much. There are moments and specific maps that you'll get worked, but don't worry about the fire damage here. Is just an extra thing basically on that. Everything else is what I was looking for. The same over here. If you find yourself you can't get high strength on something, but you can get dex or int, you can work that into your build. Obviously, you don't have to go like specifically. You'll see numbers as I show skills, and yeah. So, and then health potions, I just go with the most, and then same with mana. I run I'm tired of specters. Specters are like the one thing that seem to kill me over and over and over. You don't see them, you never shoot them, they can't be hit, and then you're frozen and dead because they like one shot you, and it doesn't make sense because you're maxed frost. But hey, it happens. I've just been trying this one out just because I found it. I run Magic Find there sometimes as well. Alright, so that's it for the gear. Let's show you the skills. Don't worry about crossbow shot. That's just there. It was for early on. Sometimes you needed a little damage in it. It was just there. For the artillery ballista, I got the quality up. I'm running a level 19 right now. I got overabundance, martial tempo, primal armament, and cold infusion. And then the last spot I would run the one for mana, which I'll pull out here in a minute. But overwhelming presence, you got vitality, clarity, precision, buff, runs off your presence, makes everything weaker. That's what you're gonna want. Time of need, free life, removal of curses and elemental ailments. Awesome. Like, can't say enough good things. Throw fast forward in there. Come down. Okay, here is your 2 intellect spells. This is why you want to make sure you have at least 83 is what I run on level 10. You just run what you can with your gear. Once I got to level 10, I'm like, yeah, this is good enough. I haven't really pushed it much further. But hypothermia, I'm running heightened curse, cursed ground, expanse. To be completely honest with you, I could totally 4-slot this and put something else in there. I just haven't even really got to it. Attrition, another great buff. Basically giving you culling strike and lets you deal more damage to rares and uniques in your presence. Again, presence, big thing. Frost bomb. I use this for like bosses or type packs. I'm just always clicking. Like, you don't really... As I'm dodge rolling, basically, I'm using my left mouse button for Frost Bomb, and then my third mouse button for Curse. And then as I like get out of the roll animation, I just like hold for a second to drop artillery. And then I'm rolling again. Sometimes I stand, but like if it's a big pack, it's just better to be on the move, right? Especially once they get like mods like lightning chaining down everywhere, and it's just smoother. Just don't get caught in corners. Okay, Herald of Ice, more and more spirit. As you can see, there's a thing going on here. Spirit, Deadly Herald. Imbiter makes them cost more. Cold Mastery, an extra level, why not, right? That can also be upped, but... Or no, it can't. That's at 90. There you go. That's why I have it at that level. Caltrops, pay no attention. I was playing around before I got the Quadrilla, and I was doing like Thorns damage with the Caltrops because I was dodge rolling everywhere. I guess that's kind of where the dodge rolling came from. And it was just doing more damage, like a lot more damage. But then I found out about the companion and his haste buff, and well, I'll tell you, you do a lot more damage. And at him, I run Elemental Army. Resist is good. Last Gasp and Meat Shield. Just comes back to life quicker. You might be down for a second or two. I also upped the quality of this because I found out that it reduces the reservation. And yeah. Alright, let's get in here. You can see I'm running 270 strength, 123 dex, and 93 in. I play with it in the tree. Purposely, I like leave nodes in the tree so I can flip-flop between as you're using gear. You don't want to get stuck like being, you know what I mean? You have a lot of things that you can move around that you don't have to just be stuck with one fixed number. see I got a lot of life recovery, 146. Mana, 60 seconds, or 60 recovery per second. Armor, we're capped 81 for max fire, 79 and 79 for cold and lightning. Chaos does need to be higher, but it is what it is. Okay, let's start this off here. With your ascendancy, you pick Tactician. Obviously, you want to get more buffs right off the hop. So the first thing I took was Solid Plan. Really helped out. Lets you get all those extra buffs that you're running around with so your totems can do the work. Next, I went for Suppress and Fire to build Pin. Definitely holds things in place and lets the damage just fall down onto them. Then I got Totem Damage and Presence of Area Effect. Sorry. And it's just super helpful to have the damage and the extra size for your presence. And then finally, we make it so that the pin enemies can't do anything. And they just sit there and take it. It's great. The node, I'm really left side heavy. As you can see, we get all of the totem stuff. This will be the next 2 points that I get. I also get the max resistance stuff right here and here. These two here are both presents for your allies. More totems. And then we get a lot of life stuff as well. Area attack. Stuns. You get some blind over here. We got lots of attributes, so we get more here, and then it's a lot of math, but it works. More life. If you wanted to run painters, you could drop this or something else and run the node that does off all damages, and then you can run that buff as well that works off all. I tried it. It's cool. I just kind of like having all my resists where they were at, and I just stuck with what I'm doing, so